Yo, what is good, No Fear fans? I'm back at y'all with another one. Part three of underrated films, man. I think people, y'all should check out. I know most of y'all haven't seen. All right, today what I got for y'all, I got films today, man. Today I'm gonna kind of focus more low key, more so on comedy. This is more so comedy section. Films I think that's very funny. While having a good plot to it and stuff like that. So let's just jump straight into it. I want to take this time to say if you are a new viewer, please hit that like, comment, subscribe, share. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, let's get into it. First, what I got for y'all. I got a film I love. People that know me, they know I love this film. I talk about it a lot. I got posters of this film, uh, everything. So, a film called Big Trouble in Little China. Shouts out to my sister for showing me this film. I don't know if she remember showing me this. I don't even remember when she showed me this film. All I know is she's the one that put me onto this movie. I don't know when. I can't remember exactly when it was. I know I was probably in towards the end of elementary or going into middle school, maybe around that time. I don't know, but yeah, shouts out to my sister, my older sister, for showing me this movie right here. This Big Trouble in Little China is a 1986 um, action slash comedy, fantasy action comedy film, directed by John Carpenter, starring Kurt Russell, Kim Cattrall, Dennis Dunn, and James Hong. This movie right here, this film tells a story pretty much about a truck driver, played by Jack Burton, who helps his friend Wang Chi, rescue Wang's girlfriend, or no, fiance, sorry, from these bandits in San Francisco Chinatown. They go into a mysterious underworld and stuff like that. Um, and they're dealing with a lot. It's a funny, comedy slash action film. It's very very funny. Kurt Russell, he plays the truck driver, and I love a lot about this film. I love James Hong in this film. He plays David Lopan. That's one of my favorite all time villains. His powers is very very good. He's very funny as well in this movie, playing a villain role. He has a real funny side to him, and he has a very serious side to him. Um, Victor Wong is also in this movie, who's a legend in a lot of Korean Asian films. He's a legend in my opinion. But yeah, this movie right here is very. I love the music, the sound in this movie is delivered really great. It's funny. I love the fantasy slash kind of sci-fi effects they have in this movie. The powers, the effects, and the powers that you can see inside these villains that Jack Burton goes up against, him and his friend. And pretty much, James Hong is the villain in this movie, played by David Lopan. He pretty much what his deal is that he's trying to find a wife throughout most of this film. His attraction, he loves women, that has green eyes. Green eyes is his thing in women. And there's a lot of funny catchy lines in this film that I say all the time, a lot of them. And pretty much this film is it's the martial arts is real good in my opinion in this film. The film is very like I say it has gained kind of like a cult following over the years, but I feel like this movie still needs a lot of shine. It's very good. I love it. It's delivered real great. So Big Trouble in Little China, it's really good. It's funny. The action in it is good. David, the villain, the fighting styles, everything about it, the visual effects, I love it. I just love everything about it. It's a kind of a corny kind of comedy action film a little bit. It's got some corny moments a little bit, but I promise you, yo, this film is fire. This film is fire. It's funny. It has everything you know pretty much you need in it in an action slash comedy film. So first on my list for today, part three, Big Trouble in Little China. I love this film. Um, yeah, like I said, shout out to my older sister for showing me this movie. Hopefully, hopefully she remembers because I don't remember exactly how or when she showed me this or what, or even if she meant to. She probably didn't mean to. We probably just watching it. But anyways, Big Trouble in Little China, number one on my list. All right, moving on, ladies and gentlemen. I want to take this time to say, if you are a new viewer, please hit that like, comment, subscribe, share. Second on my list, a movie called Bulletproof. Came out in 1996, starring Damon Wayans and Adam Sandler. I love this movie. This movie is funny. Now, Archie, to get to the plot, all right, Archie Moses, played by Adam Sandler, is a small time, thief in Los Angeles who, smuggles drugs and stuff like that, for drug lord, Frank Colton, who's his boss. He plays his boss. Sorry. And stuff like that. So pretty much Damon Wayans, he plays, undercover cop and stuff like that. He plays pretty much plays Adam Sandler and being his friend and stuff like that. But he's undercover and stuff like that, and he's trying to catch him. And everything just goes kind of wrong with these two. And Adam Sandler just gets really emotional about it and stuff like that, and it catches them off guard, and everything, between these two just gets real personal once Adam Sandler finds out that Damon is a cop in this movie. And since then on, their relationship it just goes completely off the board. It's just them just hating each other, them just talking shit to each other, and it's real funny. Damon Wayans' name is Carter, Jack Carter, in this movie. He has Moses include him in Colton's next drug shipment, secretly, planning to arrest Colton and take in Moses. And from then on, it just like I said, it catches Adam Sandler off guard, and next thing you know, he ends up Adam Sandler ends up accidentally shoots him in the head and stuff like that, and obviously, Damon Wayans still, he survives that. He learns how to walk, gets his step back, gets all his combat stuff back. He's able to be a cop again and stuff like that. And his first move, he's ready to get this. He's ready to get Adam Sandler back. He's ready to get his revenge back, low key. And next thing you know, once he catches him, there's a dirty shipment and someone that there's a shipment that goes wrong. Someone's dirty in it, and next thing you know, Damon ends up keeping Adam Sandler hostage and trying to keep him safe while not trying to get them both killed. They end up on the run and stuff like that. And like I said, the chemistry, like the engagement between these two towards the middle end of this movie just goes completely off board. They hate each other. They talk a lot of shit to each other, and the comedy is very funny. It's very good, and I like this film. I like this film a lot. Love it. It's funny. Damon Wayans and Adam Sandler, man, they're a great duo. They're a great duo. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is number 2 on my list. Bulletproof. Please check this film out. Please check this film out. Very funny, very underrated. In my opinion, but that's number 2 on my list. All right. Moving on. Number 3, I have The Golden Child, ladies and gentlemen. 1986 film. This film is very underrated. To me, starring Eddie Murphy. It's a 1986 American dark fantasy action comedy film directed by Michael Ritchie. And wait, Michael Ritchie, I don't know who that is, Loki. The film stars Eddie Murphy and Chandler Jarrell, a Los Angeles social worker who is informed that he's the chosen one to save this child who can pretty much save the world. Uh, he is destined, to save, the golden child, a kidnapped he's from Tibet, Tibetan boy with mystical, he has mystical powers pretty much. Uh, and pretty much Eddie Murphy goes on a whole quest, a big old quest of trying to save this kid. He ends up going all the way to Tibet from California. He's from California. He ends up going all the way to Tibet to save this kid. And he ends up getting his money took. He ends up having to go through a whole course of trying to get a knife that kills this devil type guy who is trying to kill the kid and wants the world to become hell. And next thing you know, he's in a lot of BS stuff to try to save this golden child, this child that can save the world pretty much. Rightfully so. Anybody would do it, save the world. Wow, okay. So it's very funny. I love, it's very well directed. It gives you a real good warm feeling. Eddie Murphy does a really great job in this movie. There's a lot of crazy funny lines. The cover of this movie, I love it. As y'all can see, I got it right there. This is one of my favorite movie covers of all time. Very, very funny film. Comedy's crazy. Plot is crazy. I love the music as well. Golden Child, ladies and gentlemen, please check this film out. Please check this film out. Very underrated. It's popular but underrated in my opinion. But yeah, Golden Child, please check this film out. Was that number 3? Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, No Fear fans. Number 4 on my list. I love this movie right here. Now, this movie right here, okay, let's get straight into it. All right, number 4 on my list, Brewster's Millions, to be exact. Sorry. Brewster's Millions. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Brewster's Millions, starring Richard Pryor. I love Richard Pryor. Greatest of all time. R.I.P. Brewster's Millions is a 1985 American comedy film directed by Walter Hill. The film stars Richard Pryor, John Candy, Lynette McKee, Stephen Collins. Yep, that's the main cast. Now, Richard Pryor plays a character named Montgomery Brewster. He's a minor league baseball pitcher with the Hackensack Bulls. That's the name of the team he plays for. He and his best friend, played by Spike Nolan, R.I.P. Spike Nolan. Spike Nolan plays the Bulls catcher. They are arrested after a post game bar fight, and they're brought to New York because they get convicted. They end up being guilty, and pretty much it's kind of like a trick in a way to get them to come there, to get to New York, to get him to what's really about to happen. And when they get to New York and they get to the office and stuff like that, he gets an offer on screen from his recently deceased great uncle, who he's never met, and he's left him his entire 300 million fortune with several stipulations. But this great uncle that he's never met, he leaves Brewster with a crazy, he leaves him with a deal. He's trying to, this deal he's about to give him is pretty much, it's kind of like a method that he wants him to get tired of money. Because I guess his great uncle was raised, really tough, really tough. And, he's all about, making points and stuff like that. And he wants him to get sick of money. That's his whole point of this. But anyway, now here's the plot. Here's the deal. Here's the deal that the great uncle gives him. Now, Brewster, played by Richard Pryor, he can choose to receive 1 million upfront or attempt to inherit whole estate by spending 30 million in 30 days. in the former case. So pretty much he can take 1 million up front and the other the other 299 million, he don't get that. Or he can attempt to spend 30 million in 30 days and then he gets, the rest of the money. And if he doesn't get, spend the 30 million in 30 days without owning any assets, he can't own any assets towards the end, of the 30 days. He can't own any assets. And that's very hard to do. I ain't gonna lie. Everything about this plot, I love it. And, I feel like they can make another one of these, maybe, But anyways, that's pretty much what the offer he gives him. And, obviously Brewster, he takes, all right, he's going to go for the 300 million. He's going to try to spend 30 million in 30 days. And he goes on a crazy roller coaster ride and trying to spend this 30 million in 30 days without owning any assets. He can't own any assets towards the end of the 30 days. So he does a lot of interesting stuff of trying to spend it. He hires, obviously he can't just give, there's a lot of things that goes in, like, that his uncle, explains to him. You can't just ask a bum person to tie your shoe, then give him, the 30 million, et cetera, et cetera. You can't do it like that. He gives him a full detailed way. All right, this is how you got to do it. And it's very well directed, delivered very well. This film right here, I love, y'all. I love everything about it. I can never get tired of this film. So, Brewster's Million, please check this film out. Very underrated, very funny. Plot is even better. One of the best plots in a comedy film I've ever seen. So, check this film out. All right, y'all. That ends this video. I got way more I'm gonna do for y'all. Please stay tuned. If you like this video, please hit that like, comment, subscribe, share. Part 4 I will be dropping real soon here, so please stay tuned. Comment your opinions. If you've seen any of these movies, comment your opinions. Love y'all. Please hit that like, comment, subscribe, share it. Let me know what y'all think. See y'all next time.